Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today we are working on a car that I probably sold, it must be coming up to a year. I'll have to ask her, I'll have to find out when she actually bought it off me, but it's a red Fiat 500 and she's messaged me and said, would I be able to have a look at the car? It's making a whining noise when she's driving it, coming from the front. And I was like, yep, no problem at all. Bring it down. I'll have a look at it. She brought it down a couple of days ago. I told her, I think it's going to be the wheel bearings. So she said, yeah, that's fine. Could you just replace both of them? I said, yeah, I'll just strip it down, take them all off. I'll replace both wheel bearings for you on the front. And that should solve the issue. Make it a lot quieter. So yeah, that is what we're going to do today. The other thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to start, hopefully continue on the Fiat Vauxhall Corsa limited edition. I want to do a little bit on that today as well, if we can. I don't know if you can hear, but it is chucking it down. Down here in the south of the country, it's completely rain. But as you go up into the country, like Midlands and all that sort of stuff, I think it's heavy snow. It's just too warm in the south of England, so that's why it's rain. But anyway, we will continue. We're inside now. We're not outside working on the truck. You know, I did drive that truck home last night, and I'll tell you what, it's got so much more power. It just feels so much smoother. The throttle response is much better. It's just there. Yeah, it does feel nice. It's just a little bit noisy on those taps. I think it's just that those hydraulic lifters, I think they're just tapping a little bit. So at some point we've got to address that problem. It's not a problem, but it's annoyance. So we've got to address that at some point, but we'll leave it for now. I can drive it around and we'll jump on that further down the line. So for now, guys, let's bring in the Fiat 500 and let's get cracking with that. Let's do this. Okay, so this is the one, guys. Little red Fiat 500. Probably sold this. It's got to be, I'm sure she said it was about a year ago. It must be close to a year. If not, getting up to a year. But yeah, she's saying that she's got some sort of whining, while she's driving, and she bought it over the other day. I had a little go of it, had a little drive, tested the wheels, and yeah, suspect it's wheel bearing problems on the front. And I said, look, I'm not quite sure which one. I'll do some tests, but do you want me to do both? She went, yeah, absolutely fine. Whilst you've got the car, just do both sides, and then it's done. Then she ain't got to worry about those wheel bearings on the front. So that is what we're going to do this morning. I'm going to start stripping it down, take the wheels off, start taking the hubs off, and then press out the old bearings, and then press in new wheel bearings. I haven't got a press yet. That is definitely on the list to get to the workshop, guys. That is definitely I'm going to have one soon. But for today, I'm going to have to go and borrow someone else's press, press them out, press them in, and then I'll show you before and after. And we'll just crack on and get this one done. So yeah, let's set up, let's get cracking, let's get these off. Let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, didn't take long to zip all this off. I had to get the discs and the pads and the caliper off, so I'm just hanging the caliper up there on the actual shock up there, get that out of the way. But yeah, we're getting close now. Still got to take that off, drop that down, undo that bolt there, take that down, get the drive shaft out, undo these two bolts here. There's two, one there. Undo those, and that'll come forward. Got to remove this as well, which is a speed sensor. We'll get that out of the way. Remove the actual steering rack end, tie rod end, or whatever you want to call it. So we'll get that off, undo that bolt. And then the actual bearing is in, obviously, the other side there, sits inside there. So yeah, you can't, with the wheel bearings, unless it's really, really, really bad and wobbly, do you know what I mean? You can't really tell that they're sort of on their way out, apart from obviously the noise. So yeah, we'll just get these off now, get these two off. Just waiting for the bearings to turn up. They still ain't turned up at the minute. But let's carry on. Let's get both sides off. And then, yeah, we can get them pressed out. So just got to do a few more removals. Like that's got to come off there. That's got to come off. That part's got to come off there as well. This one, I think that just pops out like that. So that's popped out like that. That's the speed sensor wire cable. So we've just got to disconnect them from here. I'll give them a little spray as well, just to help them out a little bit, because they do get seized. These sensors, these speed sensors get seized inside the actual hub. So you just got to be a little bit careful. But yeah, we are getting there. So let's continue. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, so there we go. Both sides are now off. That one, I've got to be honest, the drive shaft didn't really give me any hassle. The other side really struggled to get this one off. I had to really hit it hard on that. But basically, you don't just, when you're whacking these drive shafts out, you don't just hit it there. You put the bolt back on, and then you get a socket, and you're hitting the actual nut, not the actual drive shaft itself. It doesn't really matter when it comes to knocking them off, because if you look, I've knocked the corners, they're kind of knocked in. It doesn't really matter when you do that, because the new ones come with a new socket there. Yeah, so we've got a new socket to go over, so it doesn't really matter. That's the bearing, the wheel bearing there. These are your old ones. So what you got to do is, first of all, you need to punch it through that way, and it pulls off this part. This part here, it's separate to that knuckle. So you first drive it through, pushes this out, and then you've got like this. You see that, like a metal keeper ring thing, it kind of snap ring or whatever it's called. It snaps inside as a gap. So you've got to pull this cap out, turn it upside. Once you push it through that way, you turn it around the other side, and then you can push it through. The actual bearing pushes out that way, and then it's just a reverse. Basically, you just press this back in, the new one, and then put that back in as well, and then put it back together. So I'm going to go and do this. I'll come back when I've done it, and I've pressed them in, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, guys, there we go. We have got some new wheel bearings. I had to smash apart the other ones. Literally, you have to. That's the keeper ring I was telling you about. Got new ones in there. They have to go a certain way as well, because that ring that goes around there, you can see it, has to be that way up. It can't be the other way around, because when you put the speed sensor through there, that's what that ring there. That's what reads that sensor. So it has to. That bearing can only go one way. All been pressed in and both been done. So we can now reinstall these on the car, let's just crack on with this, and then hopefully that's it. This is the whole reason. This is the whole problem that she's having with these with these wheel bearings. But one of them was really rattly, like sort of noisy. So I'm assuming that was the problem one. Don't know what side it was, but one of them was really noisy when I was moving it around. But they're both done now. So let's get them back on the car and get this back together for her. So let's do this. Right, okay, so we are all back together. Everything's been done up, both sides. All I've got to do is put the wheels on, put the hubcaps on, put the, yeah, and that's it really. We are sorted and done. Another customer should be very happy that this is done. The noise is going to go, I'm sure of it. And it's worth just doing both sides because I'm doing one. Just do both sides and it makes it, yeah, it makes it uniform. It makes it better then. So, right, I'm knackered already. But anyway, we've got to continue because we've got to use up the rest of the time today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wheels on and then I'm going to bring in the Vauxhall Corsa, the white one. I've just washed, which is literally, I've just washed it. It's nice and clean, right? And it stopped raining. So I'm going to bring it in and we're going to put those strips down the doors on both sides, those carbon fibre strips, to see what it looks like. So yeah, I want to crack on with that. I'll bring it in and then we'll just do some work on this, use the day up, use the time we've got today on that Vauxhall Corsa. That is booked for the MOT tomorrow morning as well. So that shouldn't really, I don't think it's going to have any issues with that. The only thing it might have a little bit of issue with is the front brake pads. I might get them changed before I take it in. I don't know yet. But yeah, we're gonna do a few bits and pieces on that. Just to give you an update, guys, the Citroen Berlingo, the Citroen Berlingo van, that is now sold. Someone turned up today and bought it. They live in Chingford, which is in the ULEZ, you've got to be ULEZ compliant vehicles. So he needed to swap his old van for a newer one. So that Citroen Berlingo's gone. It's sold. The full Transit Connect, that sold last week. So we've only got this left, and then we've got to try and find some new projects to get hold of for next week. Obviously, I've been working on the truck, so you know that's done as well. So yeah, things are sort of flowing really nicely at the minute. But let's get the Vauxhall Corsa in. Let's get cracking with that, and yeah, get those trims on the door. So let's do that next. Let's do this. Right. So yeah, guys, we've got the Vauxhall Corsa back in the workshop, and I want to have a little go at putting these strips on these doors there, and the other side as well. I've got to use a hairdryer. I've got to be honest, to sort of dry up to make sure. I want to, because obviously it's a little bit, because I've washed it, there's a bit of water sort of sitting around, so I want to make sure that it's really dry. So not a hairdryer. What am I talking about? Hot air gun will really sort of make sure that it's dried up well. So yeah, I might just want to tap this bit. This seems a bit down in a little bit, so if I can bring that out a little bit, take the glass down, and then from that side just tap it out very slightly. So I might do that as well. So you'll see me doing that, and then yeah, hot air gun, heat it up, and then we're going to put these strips on the car to see what it looks like. So yeah, let's get set up. Let's do this. Right, okay. So, guys, there we go. A few bits and pieces on the Vauxhall Corsa just to finish off today's video. What do we reckon about the strips? You can't really see that one. It's kind of hidden behind that bit there, but yeah, it's kind of there. What do we think? What do we think? It's literally, you know, it is what it is. All it is covers, and they're covering up the original pillar. But it's really stuck well. Like they stick well, these things. So, but I'm quite surprised at how well that looks good. Actually, it's just a little, you know, and the kids love these things, don't they? The person that buys this car is going to go, "Wow, bit of carbon fibre there." Sorry, guys, I had to cut off there. Yeah, someone wanted to come and talk to me at the gate at the door, so I had to kind of stop filming. So yeah, what do we think about these covers? I think it looks pretty good. They stuck really well. This side's definitely like looking a lot better than this side, because this side's got a slight little lump there. So, but it's, you know, it's covering up what needs to be covered, and yeah. I think that's all right. I think that's finished off pretty well. It's hard to see it in the actual workshop. When you go outside in the light and during the day, you know, it'll really stand out. But I think it's looking really well, this car. I was going to do the painting on the wheels, the touch up that I got, the paint, but I can't find the touch up paint that I bought for this car. I bought an actual Vauxhall Corsa or Vauxhall matte. Black, gloss black alloy wheel touch-up paint, but can I find it? I've looked everywhere. I don't know what I've done with that. Hopefully, yeah, I can find it before I leave tonight, and then we can do this tomorrow. This has got an MOT in the morning, first thing. So, yeah, first thing in the morning, MOT, and then we'll see what it's like with the MOT, if we need to do anything with that as well. But, you know, it's a low mileage car. It's only done 36,000 miles, this car. So really nothing. And it hasn't had any impact as well. So it's not been involved in any accident. It was just vandalism. We know that because of the glass on the back and the sides. So, yeah, it hasn't actually been involved in an accident, which is good. So the new owner can watch these videos and I can prove it. So, yeah, it's, you know, I think it's a nice, decent little runaround for someone, little 1.2 in it. So that's going to be the end of today's video. We've done loads today. We've done the Fiat 500. We've done this, a few bits and pieces around this one. Yeah, tomorrow, I think I've got it in the diary, in the calendar, that, do you remember Tom? Dave's son, Tom, who I had with me as a work experience. I think his car is coming tomorrow as well for an MOT and a service. So I've just got to get hold of Dave. I'm sure Dave's going to be watching this video tonight and he'll message me and let me know what is going on tomorrow. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. We've got stuff going on. We've got stuff that if Dave can't make it tomorrow, we'll do Tom's car another day. But for today, guys, that is it. That is the end of today's video. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop me a comment. Give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that support. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Take care. See you soon.